I got that date in my calendar. Apparently my wrist is my calendar, but I got that date in my calendar, and like the day before, I'm canceling if I don't want it anymore. Simon Miller, the bald a-hole here. Gerald, the fitness mascot, the person you love and is going to give you all the inspiration and motivation you need to get massive. I live in the UK, right? And if you are following the craziness that's going on in the world right now, the pandemic struck once again. Where I live got moved into tier 4, which meant literally on a Saturday, the gyms were open, and on a Sunday, they all got closed. That quickly, everything was dead. Now, before we do get into this, before we get into my rant, as all these videos say, I want to point out that the most important thing throughout all of this is health and safety. Some people have died, right? Died. I think sometimes we forget how crazy that is. I mean, who knows what happens after we do pass away, but at least the people that remain on planet Earth, we are going to have a big hole in our life. We're going to have a big void because we've lost somebody very close. That is sucks. That is the most important thing. There is no two ways about it. I would rather all the gyms in the world closed than even one person got killed, right? I mean, that just stands to reason. We've got to protect each other and we've got to protect ourselves. And if that means certain things need to happen, I totally get it. But with that said, however, now coming back round to try and, tie all this in to the channel, I really don't understand this time why we have done it. As I'm sure 99.9% of you are aware, there's always 1% of the population that's go, well, I didn't know anything about this. You're like, why have you got to be that guy? Because you want to talk on Reddit all the time. It's the week of Christmas. Today is Monday, the 21st of December, and come Friday, it will be the 25th of December, which is known as Christmas Day, when Santa Claus terrifies kids all over the world as he jumps down their chimney and gives them some presents, especially this 12 months. But do social distancing, don't get near me. And if kids are watching, of course, Santa Claus is real. Don't believe what anybody tells you. You have to imagine the gyms are going to be kind of empty anyway. And I know this because I'm one of these weirdos that goes to the gym over Christmas. And every time I have gone there, there's nobody there. And ever since 24/7 gyms became a thing, you can go on Christmas Day, which yes, sometimes I do because again, I'm an absolute loon. And there's like 3 people and you all look at each other like, yeah, man, we're so cool. We came to the gym on Christmas. But really, you're massive losers and you're massive nerds. And I count myself among that thing. It just makes me feel better for the day, right? It's my happy place and I want to feel happy. Obviously, if I've gone away, I won't go. But if I'm at home, yada, yada, boring. But it all comes down to my opinion on this blanket uniform approach that we are taking when it comes to this all kind of thing. And I get that too. I really, really do. It is so much easier to say all non-essential businesses have to close. Because if you open the gyms, but you don't open the hairdressing salons, whatever the rights and the wrongs, the hairdressers will go, well, why are the gyms allowed to open? Why are all those gym bros allowed to go in there and smash their chest workout, but I can't put on some PPE and cut somebody's hair? Perfectly good reason. But then even when you go into the infection rates, I think the infection rate in gyms is less than 2% in terms of passing it on to somebody else. When you go on a global level, it's something crazy like 0.005% because, of course, kind of true, most people in gyms are health conscious. So, well, it kind of goes either way. But they are. Obviously, that's where I go to the gym to begin with. But also, B, there is a mandate now. There are rules everywhere that you get the spray, you wash the equipment before you start training, you wash the equipment after you start training. There's social distancing. You have to wear masks at appropriate times. There is so much protection, essentially, to try and stop this happening. But we haven't done that. We've gone, it's just easier to say close, and we will close everything. And then this then ties into the argument of mental health. Now, look, I am not one to talk on this subject because I have zero hair. I shave my head with a razor I have at home. I do it a few times a week. That's my idea of hairdressing. So I'm absolutely 100% sure there are some people out there that go to have their hair done, and it's a great way to keep their mental health in a positive place and make them feel good inside, and you shouldn't get rid of them. But I would also fathom a guess, and again, I could be wrong. I'm happy for someone to say, Millie, you've got this one completely wrong. But I would fathom a guess that more people go to the gym in order to get that satisfaction, that balance, that moderation, whatever you want to call it. Now, again, you can't just start doing it because you want to go to the gym and you want to get a sick pump when people are being killed. But I really do think there is a way to man these things, especially over the last couple of weeks in the year. Different in January, when everyone their dog flipping goes to a gym and decides, well, I need to work out for 3 days, and they just forget to cancel their gym memberships. We talked about it on the channel before. Completely different time. But if we're looking at it at the moment, coming down with these, pretty much you're not allowed to go see anybody over Christmas. Now, do not feel sorry for me. I don't need sympathy. I really, really don't. I'm a very lucky man. I have a lot going on for me in my life. There is far more people in worse situations than I who deserve our sympathy and empathy. But it is now come to reason, given where I am and the situation going on outside, that I will spend Christmas Day by myself. It's not a problem. It's cool. We have FaceTime. We have messaging. I'm never, I may be physically alone, but inside my guts, whatever the hell is, I'm not alone. I've got my family. I've got my girlfriend. I've got good friends, all of whom I can get in touch with. But if you had just allowed me to continually to go to the gym and work out, which is my safe space, my safe place. You know, it may sound ridiculous, but it is. That's where I feel completely calm and all my problems and stresses just flutter away like a bird that you look at and go, my gosh, that bird is so beautiful. If you're into birds, not really my kind of thing. But if you just can let me keep going there's no issue. That is how that's my foundation, right? That's my concrete. That's how I tackle everything else in the world. That's why I started doing YouTube. That's why I've started doing everything that I'm doing in my professional and really my personal life. Bodybuilding, lifting weights, whatever you want to call it, fitness taught me, set yourself small realistic goals and you'll achieve them because you can always achieve a small realistic goal. And then you keep doing that and that and that. And you get 5 years down the line, you look behind, you go, oh wow, I actually achieved more than I realized because I was doing it bit by bit. Baby steps or penguin steps. I mean, look at his little feet. They ain't going to be able to do nothing. That's exactly what I then decided to do in my real life because apparently my gym life is fake and that worked too. And it all came together to make me realize, right, no matter where I'm headed, I need to go to the gym. I enjoy it anyway and I love the diet and I love the way it makes me feel, blah, blah, blah. I do love getting a sick pump on, baby. But it really, really it grounded me. And to all of a sudden take that away without thinking, well, there's so many different options, right? You could open gyms and say you only have 10 people in the gym. I know I would rather have to book into a slot or do a toss of a coin and hope that I get to the gym and there's less than 10 people in there, especially over this 2-week period, than just say, no, you can't open them. And the absolutely ridiculous thing is if I wanted, I could jump in a car, I could drive to a different gym that's not in tier 4. Now, I'm not going to do that because I think following the rules, well, if you don't follow the rules, I mean, I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, obviously, but I still think if you do that, then what is the point, right? And I do not want to infect anyone. I do not want to get anybody ill, even though I live by myself. And, it doesn't even matter. The fact that I can do that makes it ridiculous anyway, but I just think it would have made all the sense in the world in a week where you are taking away the relationships and the contact and the emotion, whatever, that you will get over Christmas, which is what it's all designed for, even though it is just another day when you break it all down, at least the way that most of us celebrate it. If it's a religious thing for you, I totally get it. I'm a Jew, so, I don't tie into that. But I think that would have been best for everybody. And I know most people watching this are going to agree. I'm sure there's one person that won't. And again, why should I be allowed to go do bicep curls if you're not allowed to go get your hair cut? I don't know why I tell you why that's the one that's always popped to brain, because they just shove those two in together. When these announcements come, it's always, you can't get your hair cut and you can't go to the gym. Are these like two things? Is this what you think we do? We go to the haircut, we get all looking nice, and then we go and smash out some bench press. I mean, I don't think anybody is doing that. Not true. We should do a video on that one day. The people that get all sort of dressed up to go to the gym. You're like, what are you doing? What do you think? It's not a party. It's not a prom. It's not a ball. You're meant to be getting sweaty and dirty. In fact, this is the one place where you can stink. You can have the worst body odor ever, and nobody will say anything because you kind of have an excuse. It's looking you right at the face. Tying into the channel as well, it has kind of affected some of my content. Thankfully, I busted out a couple of these. So as we mentioned before, I wanted to do more vlog stuff in the gym. I've got a couple filmed. First one goes live Wednesday. That's the 23rd of September, Christmas Eve. I've got another one filmed kinda. I'm going to have to film some stuff in my house now. And then they're going to go away again because I can't get to a gym. Well, at the moment, I mean, who knows the hell is going to happen. So just as a heads up about that. But look, I have a platform, a small platform, admittedly, and I thought I just need to chat about it. I just need to get it off my chest because it's a horrible situation to be in for me and everybody else. I'm certainly not saying I'm alone in this. But yeah, 50% that totally gets it and totally understands and wants to support it. But you have this other 50% when you do look at the data, you look at the science, and you realize how much it can help people and how smart people are being so it doesn't cause more issues. And to take that away, you're like, man, if we just did it case by case by case by case, I think we could do all of it. And look at poor Gerald. Look at his, I mean, his expression never changes, but trust me, he's devastated. I know, we've known each other a long time. I can just feel how he's feeling. It's this bond we've got. We're like Jedis, it's like Star Wars. But hey, they are closed. Rumors at the moment is that this may be going on for a couple of months, which is way too long. They're going to review it on December the 30th, but there ain't no way they're going to open gyms in January. It's just, how are they going to open gyms in January when this is why the fitness industry is so worried. As a little bit of a detour on this video, they're so worried because if they don't get that influx of subscriptions, do not forget a huge portion of revenue that keeps gyms alive over the 12 months. It's kind of a, rock and a hard place. But other people that sign up go for 3 weeks and then forget, but that subscription money keeps going into the coffers, right? That's just what people do. I think it's nuts. Like, even when I sign up for a free trial on anything, I got that date in my calendar. Apparently my wrist is my calendar, but I got that date in my calendar, and like the day before, I'm canceling if I don't want it anymore. Ain't no one taking my money, but I'm the exception to the rule. I'm an absolute sociopath. I'm not really, obviously. Maybe I am. Who knows? I can't see him opening then, which means we get to February, and that's a long ass time away. And it is scary. If you're in the same, scary is the wrong word, but it is intimidating. Like if you're in the same kind of predicament that I am at the moment, the first thing you think is, oh, my gains, my progress, am I going to fall off the wagon? And I know when I don't go to the gym, I find my diet slips as well. I think it's twofold. One, I know that when they do open, I'll get back to it and I'll sort myself out if I do put any bad weight on. Also, it's just, you kind of do lose your motivation when you have to, as I do your 32s on the floor, your 32 kilogram weights because you've got nothing else. When everything is firing, it's so much easier to eat better. And when people start sort of mucking around with your routine, you kind of fall off kilter a little bit. And yeah, you do look for dopamine responses in other areas, which eating junk food does. Your brain gets really excited about it, which is why before you do that, you feel absolutely awesome. And it's why you kind of feel crap afterwards, because you eat too much because you're so excited. You fill your stomach up, that dopamine goes away, and you're left just like Jabba the Hutt on the floor. A lot of Star Wars references today. It may be because I'm watching The Mandalorian. But they're closed. The content will continue. If there are some videos that you think, Simon, you could vary up a little bit, I'm literally locked in my house now. I think Sainsbury's is open. And that's it. You can't even get a dental appointment, which kind of sums it up. We're living in crazy times, people, and we just do what we can. And if nothing else, always remember, muscle memory is there. Ain't nobody going to take our muscle memory away from us, which is, in case you don't know, once you built that muscle, it will go away again, of course, because it needs stimulation to exist. But as soon as you do give it that stimulation, you will get back usually about twice as fast as you did to grow it in the first place. So we rely on that, and otherwise we just shake our heads and we say 2020, kiss my ass. Now, please do leave a comment below. Maybe you got some stories you want to share. Absolutely do it. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, smash the bell button too. Then you know when other videos are going up. There's another video on the screen. Give it a click. YouTube loves that. It means the channel will hopefully grow. That was my plan for 2020, but it's absolutely my plan for 2021. Merchandise, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, all in the description below. Patreon especially, it's like a rewards thing. If you pledge to me, I'll send you a video, I'll send you a t-shirt. You see all the stuff's up there on the page. Otherwise, if you are able to go to the gym, keep smashing it. I don't hold anything against you. I see some people saying that. Not at all. You make sure to embrace it as much as you can. If you can't, know that I'm in that boat and we'll get that together. But otherwise, we'll see you soon.